All right, so hello and a very warm good afternoon to every one of you. Hello and a very warm good afternoon to every one of you. I welcome you all, my dear friends, to Oliveboard. My name is Veer Singh, and today we shall be discussing on the most important MCQs that are going to be there for your examinations. Guys, in this particular session, you shall be learning a lot. Why? Because here what we have focused upon is going to be the mindset of the examination. Okay, see, many a times, and from the past previous few years, the examinations has been asking questions pertaining to a particular methodology. However, in this past year, in this particular year, the examination it changed its methodology into asking the questions, and that is what we have been doing, that we have been coping up with the examinations, and we are trying to implement what the examination shall be asking you in the final examination. So in that particular aspect, what has happened is that the mock test, okay, these mocks that we have created, and I have implemented those particular things itself, that the examination will be asking you, the pattern that the examination will be asking you in. So that is what we have done here, basically, my dear friends. So that is something that we are going to be doing. Okay, so here this is going to be there. Now, my dear friends, when I talk on this particular scenario, what do we understand is, firstly, guys, just confirm whether my audios and the visuals are clear. Okay, firstly, just confirm that to me, please, my dear friends. My audios and the visuals are clear. Okay, so all right. Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, so my dear friends, let's just start. In this particular GK practice session, what we have done is that, what I have done specifically, I have taken up both the topics, that is going to be the static topics, and you very well know that in the static, what is going to be there, art and culture, the various awards and everything, and in the dynamic, that is going to be the current affairs. So the examination, it will ask you a merger of both in the GK, that is static as well as dynamic. So in the static, there are a lot of topics. So here in this particular document, nearly around 100 questions I have created. So what we'll do is, we will try to solve as many questions in this particular session itself. But apart from that, I shall be also uploading this particular document for you, which you shall be solving it up later. Okay, so that is something that we shall be doing, my dear friends. So here, let us just start with the first question. Let us start with the first question. And here, this is going to be the first question. All right. So here, mm, all right. So what is going to be the answer to this particular question? All right. So here, this is going to be the first one, that consider the following statements regarding the Indus Valley civilization. Now, just look at this here, my dear friends, that this particular pattern of the statement-wise questions, this is what the examinations have been asking in the previous one. If you are going to look at the if you are going to look at the NTPC examinations, they are asking the questions in statement-wise formats. So here the examination, it will become a bit lengthy, and that is how we'll have to be solving this particular things. So consider the following statements regarding the Indus Valley civilization. It had, just have a look at this, and let me know what is the answer for this, guys. What is the answer for this? Good afternoon, Arvind. Good afternoon. So here you are telling that A is the answer for this. 1, 2, and 4. All right. So here the IVC, it had standardized ways based on binary and decimal system. Yes, we know very well that this is right. No evidence of horse. No evidence of horse remains have been found in the mature Harappan layers. So mature Harappa, it means the urban Harappa. Mature Harappa, it is going to be the urban Harappa. The script of IVC has been fully deciphered and linked to the early Dravidian language. and evidence of dockyard has been found at Lothal in Gujarat. Which of the following statements are correct? I have always taught you how to eliminate. So here also you can do the elimination, and the most sizable elimination is going to be this. We have not yet deciphered the Harappan script, that is why 3 will be eliminated, and if we eliminate 3, so automatically we can eliminate 3 questions and the answer is going to be A. That is how the examination will also ask you questions. All right. And my dear friends, the document that I upload, it is going to have detailed explanations. So when I upload it, you guys also go through the detailed explanations. The next one is, which of the following features okay, here. Which of the following features distinguish the Vedic religion from the Harappan religion? What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer here, guys? What do you think? So here when we talk on this particular aspect, which of the following features distinguish the Vedic religion from the Harappan religion? So in the sessions we have already spoken on the religion. Okay, Arvind, you have given one answer. So here what do we understand is that the first aspect, that here prominence of female deities and fertility cults. Okay, animal sacrifice and fire rituals as central elements. All right. Then the third is worship of Pashupati type proto Shiva seals, all right, and exclusive worship of natural forces like rivers and trees. Which of the following features distinguish the Vedic religion from the Harappan religion? Means which is there in Vedic religion but not in Harappa? That is the question that is being told. Which is there in Vedic but not in Harappa? Just read the statement carefully. So here what we are seeing, prominence of female deities and fertility cults. This is there in Harappa and it is not there in Vedic. Animal sacrifice and fire rituals as central elements. Did we find in the Harappa the fire rituals? Okay, so that is something that is there. Okay, it is dicey. So B is dicey. Worship of Pashupati type proto Shiva, it is there in Harappa and not in Vedic. So C is also not the answer. Means these are not the answer. And last one is exclusive worship of natural forces like rivers and trees. So here this is also a part of the Harappa. So D is also not the answer. So the final option is what? It is animal sacrifice and fire rituals. Animal sacrifice where you are going to see in the later Vedic age, and fire rituals, they worship the Lord Agni. So read the question very much carefully. So the answer for this is going to be B. Okay, the answer for this is going to be B. Okay. So here, as you can look at this particular thing, which of the following can you match it correctly? Mohenjo-daro has great bath, Harappa has the great greenery, Dholavira has water reservoirs, and Kalibangan has cloud fields. Which of the following are matched correctly? I'll just take it a bit more up. Okay. Yes, good, Arvind. So you need to, because that is the key for the questions. Okay, that is the key for the questions. Now, what is going to be the answer for this? Mohenjo-daro has the great bath, Harappa great granary, Dholavira has the water reservoirs, and Kalibangan it is going to have the cloud fields. What is going to be the answer for this? So here when we talk, here these are the archaeological excavations that are being found. Okay, archaeological excavations. So here it is clearly very much understandable, and I have also uploaded it even in my Telegram channel, and also here in the classes I have shown it to you. So Mohenjo-daro, it has the great bath. We are very much well aware of it. Harappa, it has the great granary. Okay, which is going to tell us that they had massive infrastructures. Then there is going to be the Dholavira, which is going to be a water scarce region. So that is why water reservoirs were maintained here. And finally, the Kalibangan, it is the only site. Kalibangan means the black bangles. It means the only site that had plowed fields. Okay, so here the answer is going to be all 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it was a very easy question. Okay, which of the following is correctly matched with the literary source of the Mauryan period? Now we have also discussed this in our classes, which is going to be a part of the Mauryan period, guys. So what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? All right. So here when we talk on the answer to this, just look at this particular scenario. Okay, just look at this particular scenario that we can understand. All right, so what is going to be here? Just look at this. Arthashastra, what does it have? It was authored by Panini. Indica was written by Megasthenes. Mudra Rakshasa, it was a play by Kalidasa. Ashok Vadana, it was a authored during Sangam age. So from this itself, it is a very clear cut understanding which of the following is correctly matched, they are asking. So Arthashastra, it is not by Panini. Panini has written the Ashtadhyayi. Panini, he was a great grammarian who was going to write the Ashtadhyayi, and Arthashastra was written by Chanakya or Kautilya. Indica, it was rightly written by Megasthenes. During the time he was the ambassador to the court of the Chandragupta Maurya from the Seleucus Nicator. Then Mudra Rakshasa, it was written by Vishakha Datta. And this Mudra Rakshasa, it is going to inform us, it is a play that is going to inform, it is a literary source that was conducted also as a play, and it is going to inform us how Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Chanakya is going to take control of Mauryan, means he is going to defeat the Dhananand and going to create the Mauryan Empire. And the last is Ashokavadana, which was not written in the Sangam age. So Ashokavadana, it is a Buddhist text that is there. Now, okay. So let us go to the next one. Which of the following is a characteristic feature of the later Vedic society compared to the early Vedic society? What is the answer for this particular aspect, guys? And the examination will definitely ask you questions pertaining to this particular manner. So trust me on this. If you are able to do this, then you are conceptually clear. But if you are not conceptually clear, things are going to get tough for you, very tough for you. So the examination will definitely ask you questions in the statement wise, and if you are able to solve this, so let the examination even ask you questions on the data set, okay, in the data or in any one liner aspect or any fact about these particular dynasties, so you will be very well able to solve it. So which of the following is a characteristic feature of later Vedic society compared to the early Vedic society? What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer here, guys? Very good, Arvind, very good. So here, Arvind, you are telling which of the following: predominance of pastoralism over agriculture. We know that on the later Vedic society, it was of the time period from 1000 BC to 600 BC, and the early Vedic society, it was from 1500 till 1000 BC. We know that the early Vedic, it was a very rural society, and pastoralism is going to be the main feature. Agriculture was secondary. So predominance of pastoralism over agriculture, it is a feature of early Vedic and not later Vedic. So this is wrong. Weaker role of king in the polity, yes, because there were sabhas, samitis, vidhata, ghana, and all these particular assemblies. to act as a prohibitor in the dominance of the king. Then decline of iron use in the agriculture. No, this was also not associated. Here there is going to be incline, that is increase of iron use in agriculture during later Vedic, not decline, because iron was itself excavated during the time period of 1000 BC. And the last one is going to be emergence of the Varna system and the hereditary occupation. Yes, this is going to be there. So Varna system, it was mentioned in the Rig Vedic text and in the 10th mandala. So Rig Veda, it is a total of 10 chapters, and these 10 chapters, they are known as mandalas. And in this, there was the 10th mandala. In the 10th mandala, there was one particular Puru Sukta hymn. Puru Sukta hymn. Okay, Puru Sukta hymn. Just keep in mind the word hymn means richa. Okay, and these particular richas, they were the praises to God. They were the praises to God. So in the 10th mandala, there was one Purusukta hymn in which the Varna system is going to be mentioned about. Just keep in mind, even during the Rig Vedic system, even during the Rig Vedic time period, Varna system was there. However, there were only three Varnas: Brahmin, Kshatriya and Vaishya. But with the arrival of the later Vedic, we are going to see that there is also going to be the Shudra, which is going to come. So that is the answer. The next one is, which of the following rivers is associated with the Rig Vedic hymn? Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati and Narmada. Which of the following is associated with the Rig Vedic hymn? What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer, guys? It is the Rig Veda. It has to be mentioned in the Rig Veda. So what do you think is the answer? Very good, very good. Arvind, very good. So here when we talk about Rig Veda, in the Rig Veda, see, Ganga, Yamuna, they were mentioned in the later Vedic. Okay, Narmada, it was not mentioned, it is in the later on times. However, it was Saraswati which is going to be mentioned in the Rig Vedic hymn. So the examination will also ask questions like these, but the examination will also ask questions like the conceptual basis. Okay, then what is going to be the answer here? What is going to be the answer here? Consider the following statements regarding the Harappa's urban planning. Just read it. What do you think will be the answer here? What do you think will be the answer here? So here, what you can do is you can clearly understand that the particular you might have read about the Harappans, the time period on the Harappan urban planning. So Harappan cities. So the cities, they are going to follow grid pattern with streets intersecting at right angles. Yes, this is going to be there. So roads, you have read on the roads that how the cities they intersected. These were the bigger areas, and here they are going to intersect at right angles. So the first statement is correct. Houses were built with standardized burnt bricks and had private wells. Yes, if you elaborate, means there were standardized bricks. That means that bricks, they had standardized dimensions. That means one brick big, one brick small. No, not like that. So it was, they also had the knowledge of burnt bricks, and they also had private wells, because in Mohenjo-daro we are going to find more than 600 wells. So even the second statement is correct. The town planning lacked a drainage system. So here an evidence of citadel and lower town divisions is found. So whenever such statements are given, always find the odd man out. The odd man out. Okay, so odd one out. So here what you can see is the first statement is positive, second statement is positive, fourth statement is also neutral, not positive but neutral. However, the third statement here, it is going to be negative in nature. So the odd man out is what? Negative. So like that, what you do is you can eliminate the third one, and what you will do is you will get the answer as A. All right, so that is going to be there. So this is how, this is the trick. So the examination will never ask the extremes, means it can ask the extremes, but it is somewhat dicey. So whenever there are extremes that this will never have happened, that might be wrong, or this might have 100% happened, that might be also wrong. All right, majority of the times we can generally consider that. The next one is, which among the following rulers is associated with the title Devanampiya Dasi? Chandragupta, Ashoka, Bindusara or Harsha? Chandragupta, Ashoka, Bindusara or Harsha? With this, you can clearly understand what is going to be the answer. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to tell you, my dear friends, because these are going to be very much important. Devanampiya Dasi. What do you think is the answer here? C or D or B or A? What do you think is the answer? Okay, very good, Arvind. So here it is clearly understandable that what is going to be the answer. So here Devanampiya Dasi, the word itself, it is going to mean what? It is going to be associated with the beloved of the gods. Devanampiya Dasi, in English translation, it is going to be known as beloved of the gods. So when we talk, this was mentioned in an Ashokan pillar inscription, and this Ashokan inscription, so it is going to be told for Ashoka. That is the aspect. All right. So Bindusara, see, Chandragupta Maurya, in the Greek text, he was known as the Sandrokotas. Sandrokotas. All right. So that is there. Ashoka, he was known as the Devanampiya Dasi. All right. So that was one thing. Bindusara, he was known as the slayer of the foes. Okay. That means that Amitra Gaha. Amitra Gaha. He was also known as Amitra Gaha. That means the slayer of the foes. So you need to remember the titles here. All right. So this was the ninth one. Then let us also just look at this question. Which of the following were craft specializations of the Harappa? Which of the following were the craft specializations of the Harappa? What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer here? Craft specialization of Harappa. Okay. So Arvind is telling A. That means bead making, shell cutting, textile weaving, and bronze casting. All right. So let us just eliminate this. Now see here, whatever I have always told you that you need to conceptually correlate. So we know bead making. There were various factories at Chanhu, Daro, and Lothal. So they were the bead making factories. That means making necklaces and other ornaments from the small stones. So this is going to be there. Then the shell cutting means what is a shell? You are going to find shell in the coastal areas, so and you also cut it and it is going to be used in the ornaments. So even that is right. When we talk about bronze casting, so you are very well aware about the dance bronzing girl. So automatically, yes, from the dance bronzing girl you can say that yes, they were the people who did the bronze casting. And from this particular sculpture, they, what we understand is they use the lost wax technique, which was also known as Cire Perdue. Lost wax technique, which was also known as Cire Perdue. However, the fourth one, that is textile weaving. If you might have seen the priest, if you might have seen the priest of the Harappa, the image which you generally see at that point of time, from that priest, what you can see is that you can generally understand that yes, that priest is going to be wearing something, okay, draped. That is some shawl or something. So what is that shawl? It is a textile. So yes, they were also aware about textile weaving. Now see, whenever you are getting options like these, you have to be very much broad minded. You have to think that okay, if they are doing this, they might have also done this. We, whenever it is talking about history, we have not yet 100% discovered everything, right? Maybe 10 years, 20 years from now, even if today we have not discovered something, 10 years, 20 years from now, people would discover that, and that particular question might get wrong. So that is why the examination, whenever it will frame such questions, it is going to make it in such a manner that in the future also it doesn't get wrong. So here you have to think in that broad perspective that this might have happened. So that particular aspect of might or could have or would have, that will help you clear the examination, that will help you gain the marks. Okay, so that is something you need to focus upon. So here the answer is 1 2 3 4. All right, now the next one is, let us firstly take the history component, then we'll go to the other components. Now this particular question, it is going to be of the Ashoka's Dhamma. What is the aspect of Ashoka's Dhamma? What do you understand in the Ashoka's Dhamma? Yes, yes, Arvind. Amazing clues were there at that point of time. So you have to use that gut feeling whenever, yes, that is there, Arvind. So you'll have to do that. All right, so that is going to be there. What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer here? Okay. So here, which of the following statements are correct? That is what they are asking on the Ashoka's Dhamma. Now, what do we know on the Ashoka's Dhamma? A generalistic understanding is that Ashoka's Dhamma, it was an ethical code of conduct. It was an ethical code of conduct. Ashoka, he did not want to start his own religion. So that is, these are some things that we know. Now, from the following, what do we have to see? It emphasized compassion to the animals and prohibition of certain sacrifices. Yes, this is positive. Means the examination is asking about Ashoka's Dhamma, so it will not, means examination, it will see, the examination always think that examination, if it is asking a question, that particular question, it is not going to be, means it would, that examination questions, it is generally viewed by the general people also, and if the general people are viewing that question, so they are bound to search on that question. So means examination questions, they are also a form of spreading awareness. So in that spreading of awareness, will the examination want to spread something negative on the India? No, they would generally want to spread positive aspects of India. So that is why here what do we understand is that you will have to focus on that positivity. You will have to just open and you will have to feel it from inside also, that would the examination want this to happen. So here, what about Ashoka's Dhamma the examination wants to know? So it wants to showcase to the people that yes, it was compassionate to thee. So this is this. So these are positive things. So Ashoka's Dhamma was a positive element. So obviously the right ones are going to be the positive things. A rock edicts mentions appointment of Dhamma Mahamatras for the propagation. Yes, this was also there. It was a sectarian philosophy rooted strictly in Buddhist doctrines. Now, what did I tell you? Extremes. You have to find the extremes. So here, what is that? It was a sectarian. Sectarian means one particular section philosophy. That means Hindu, Muslim, or Buddhist, or Jain, or Ajivikya, or any particular religion. It was only belonging to that section. So was Ashoka's Dhamma a sectarian philosophy? Obviously not. And was it strictly in the Buddhist doctrines? Obviously not. So that is why it is wrong. This is an extreme statement. It's out to promote moral code, social harmony, and tolerance. So what you can see is these three statements, they are somewhat in the positive light, but this is the odd one out. Why? Because it is negative. So what is the correct? You just eliminate the third one and you get the answer. This is going to be there. So the answer for this is going to be 1, 2 and 4. The answer is going to be 1, 2 and 4. All right. So that is how you will have to focus here. Now, The next one, when we talk, which of the following was the chief source of tax of the particular Mauryan Empire? What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer here, guys? What do you think is the answer here? It is a very easy one. Very good, Arvind. Very good. So here the answer, it is going to be land revenue. Okay. So which is going to be the chief source of state income? It is going to be land revenue. And always remember, the dynasties in ancient India and medieval India, their major source of income is going to be what? Land revenue. Okay. Here, from the following, which of the following was a prominent feature of the Indo-Greek rule in India? Which is going to be the prominent feature of Indo-Greek rule in India? Means a prominent feature. That is what is being asked here. A prominent feature. What do you think is the answer here? Okay. Very good, Arvind. Very good. So, what do we know about the Indo-Greeks? The Indo-Greeks, they were the people who ruled in the northwest frontier province area. Okay. So, we know this thing about them. So, they were the Greek personality. So, from that only, let's use this. Introduction of iron technology in agriculture. No, iron was utilized from the later Vedic time period only. And the Indo-Greeks, they are going to come around the 170s BC. Okay. So, that is why the first one is not correct. Then rock cut Chaitya caves at the Bhanja and Karla. Bhanja and Karla, they were the areas in the Maharashtra belt. And these people, they were in the northwestern frontier province. So they never reached Maharashtra. So how will they construct these caves there? No, so they did not. Establishment of a centralized administrative system. Okay, this is somewhat means it could have been there. However, that is one thing that we cannot strictly say. Use of gold coins for the first time in India. This was a thing that the Indo-Greeks are going to be doing. Okay, use of gold coins for the first time in India. No. The B is also not correct. The B is also not correct. Sorry. The B is also not correct. See, there is one thing that I would like to talk on the B aspect. Now, initially what happened is that the NCERT, it had told that the first time the gold coins, it was brought by whom? The first time it was the gold coins, they were brought by Indo-Greeks. This was the earlier editions of the NCERT that had told. But later on editions, what did they say is that for the first time, the gold coins, it was brought by Kushans. The later editions are going to say that this is the Kushans who brought the first time the gold coins. And the Indo-Greeks, they did not bring the gold coins first. What the Indo-Greeks had brought on the coins is portrait coins. That means they started to, uh, carve or engrave the ruler's image, the ruler's portrait on the coins. So that is why the B is not going to be the answer. And here the answer is going to be D. Generally, okay. So the B is also not the answer, and D is also not the answer. They had a fragmented system, so that is why. So we'll just eliminate this question itself. Okay, we'll just eliminate this question itself. All right, we'll just eliminate this question, guys, because I means this is something. The gold aspect will not be there. Gold will be for the Kushans, and portrait coins will be for them. Just keep this in mind. All right, the NCERT has told it. That is why I am telling it to you. And the UPSC also had asked this question. All right, so the UPSC had also told that it is Kushans. So that is there. Now, let us talk about the next set of questions, and that is going to be on the other parts of GK. So, consider the following statements regarding the Nobel Prizes. What do you think is the correct answer for this? What do you think is the correct answer for this? What do you think is the correct answer for this? Here, when we talk on this particular aspect, what can you understand? Here is that. So, Arvind, are you telling the answer for this? Have you given the answer for this, Arvind? So, which of the following statements are correct about the Nobel Prizes? So, when we talk, they are awarded in 6 categories, including peace, literature, and economics. Yes, we know that very well. The Nobel Prize is awarded in Oslo, while others are awarded in Stockholm. All right. Rabindranath Tagore was the first Indian Nobel laureate who gained this award, and the Nobel Foundation directly conducts the selection of this particular award. All right, so here when we talk on this, okay, so there is going to be, when we find the elimination, which of the following is correct? So we know that the first is correct, second is going to be correct, third is going to be correct, but here the Nobel Foundation, there the Nobel Foundation, it does not appoint or it does not select from all the 6 categories. For each of these individual 6 categories, there are different institutions who are going to select that who is eligible for getting an award. So the D1 is going to be incorrect. So the answer here is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, answer is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so the next one is, consider the following statements about the Bharat Ratna award. It is the highest civilian award, conferred posthumously, can only be given. Just have a look here. Yes. Okay, very good, Arvind. That is good. That is good, my dear friend. Arvind, that is good. You have been giving right answers. The others are not telling the answers. Two, two is also A or B. Very good, Arvind. Very good. So here when we talk on this aspect, so the Bharat Ratna award, it is the highest civilian award. Yes, we are very much well aware about that, which was instituted in 1954. It can be conferred posthumously and even during the life. It can only be given to Indian citizens. Only here. There are only some awards that can be only be given to citizens, but here the Bharat Ratna, it was also given to foreigners, and one of the main personality is going to be Nelson Mandela. So the third one is wrong. So if you just eliminate the third statement, automatically you get the answer as this. All right, and it is given for exceptional service in the field of human endeavor. So that is going to be there. Nelson Mandela, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, all of them, they have been given posthumously, that is M.G. Ramachandran, B.R. Ambedkar, Satyajit Ray. Now, which of the following are included in the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List from India? Kumbh, Yoga, Chhau and Garba of Gujarat. What do you think is the answer? Yes, very good, Arvind. So the answer here in the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List, so all of the four, they are going to be included, and the latest edition, it is going to be the Garba of Gujarat. Okay, so this was the latest edition that was done. Means from all the four, this was there. All right, so the answer is D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. What do you think is the answer here? What do you think is the answer here? The fourth one, for the fourth one. Okay. Hmm. So here, Arvind, you are telling C. You are telling C. All right. So here, consider the following statements about the Chandrayaan 3 mission. A very important mission, a very important, about which you had to know the features. So India became the first country to achieve a soft landing near the lunar south pole. Yes, we were that country who achieved that. Okay, there was the Vikram lander and the Pragyan rover. They were operated successfully. Yes, initially we had failed in that, in the rover aspect, but now we were successfully had done that. The Chandrayaan 2 orbiter continues to assess the Chandrayaan 3. Yes, the orbiter was successful at that point of time. All right, and the mission was launched about PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. No, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, it is not that high, but whenever extraterrestrial objects or missions are to be done, they are done in the GSLV Mark III, geostationary vehicle, GSLV. Okay, geostationary launch vehicle Mark III. That is the highest capacity of satellite launcher that we have. So the fourth one is wrong, and why? Because it was about the GSLV Mark III. So the answer here, it is going to be A. That is 1, 2, and 3. All right. So that is there. Okay. Which of the following international organizations are correctly matched with their headquarters? WTO, WHO, UNESCO, and IMF. Which is correctly matched? Which is correctly matched? What do you think is the answer here? A or D? 1, 2, 3. That means that means WTO is Geneva, WHO is also Geneva, UNESCO is Paris, IMF. IMF is the concern, that is IMF a part of the particular this. So IMF, let me just tell you, IMF is a part. IMF emerged from the Bretton Woods conference, and IMF, that is the International Monetary Fund, and because it emerged from the Bretton Woods conference, it is going to have its headquarters in USA itself, and the headquarters is going to be in Washington DC. Headquarters are going to be in Washington DC. All right. So then what I'll do is I'll get this particular. Also, let's just do this. Arrange the Padma Awards in the correct precedence from the highest to the lowest. What is going to be the answer here? Arvind, what is going to be the answer? Very good, very good. So, 1, 2, 3. Padma Vibhushan, Bhushan, and Padma Shri. That is good. Arvind, that is very good, my dear friend. You are very well solving these questions. So, what I'll do is I'll just get this document uploaded and let me know whether you have found this document. Okay, guys. I will get this document uploaded. So, let me know whether you have found it, and what you have to do is you have to solve these particular documents. Okay, you have to solve this particular document. Just give me a moment. So the first initial questions we have already done. The initial 15 questions we have already done. So what I want you to do is I want you to see whether you have found this particular document there. Okay, I have uploaded this document and I want you to solve this particular document. All right, I want you to solve this particular document. Have you found it? Yes. Thank you, Arvind. Thank you. Hope you found it helpful. So, what have you guys found the document? Kindly just let me know. Arvind, have you found the document? Just what you do is just you refresh, just refresh the page. Okay, and you shall be finding that document. Okay, and for the YouTube, this particular document, it is there, and the link it is given. Okay, the link it is given in the comment section, and you can find this document. So guys, here I have added 70, sorry, here I have added 100 questions, and trust me, if you are going to do this 100 questions, the recent current affairs that is there, you will be able to solve it. Just solve this document and you will be able to understand everything. So the recent developments that have happened in the current affairs, also in the GK, that means any awards, honors, any exercises, or any titles that were given, or any other developments in the dynamic current aspect, so that is also there, that is relevant for your examination. Now I cannot say that in 100 questions I have added everything that has happened, no, but the relevant ones. Okay, I might have missed many, but it's okay. In 100, we cannot just cover the whole year. So that is what is there, but it is there. The important ones, if you solve this, the main understanding that you shall be getting is the confidence. And if you get that confidence, trust me, even if you have not read that, topic, from the elimination, you will be able to do it. So main idea is going to be the confidence here. All right. So that will be there. So you can find this document. All right. So then we'll keep this session only this much, my dear friends. We shall be keeping this session only this much. I'll see you up in the next session, and stay safe, everybody. Study well and revise these and solve these particular questions that I'm giving you. All right. And if you have any doubt, you can come up with me. You can comment, and I will revert back to your queries. You can also message me up, okay, through the through the mechanism the institution has provided to you. So I'll see you up in the next session. Stay safe, everybody. Study well. Thank you, and Jai Hind. All right. Yes, 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 Arvind. That is how actually, when you have confidence, then only the gut feeling will work. All right. So just focus on the end aspect, what I just told you. Okay, and solve this PDF. All right. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Bye, Arvind.